So before your first session, let's get you sorted with everything that you need so you're ready. Naturally, teaching on the internet requires that you have a good internet connection. We also require that you do connect into your Wi-Fi router. So on the back, one of the ports, plug in an Ethernet cable. With the other end of the Ethernet cable, plug that into your computer. That will give you a good solid connection. You can get very long cables if you are a distance from your router, or otherwise, could you consider maybe moving closer? Is that possible? Certainly we would recommend that. One option you could consider is a power line adapter. Now these small electrical devices, they plug into an electrical socket or outlet near your router. You connect an Ethernet cable underneath, and with the other end you plug into the router. They're sold in pairs, so with the other one that comes in the pack, again you connect an Ethernet cable underneath, you plug it in near your computer and connect the other end of the Ethernet cable to your computer. You then have a good connection with that, which is stronger and faster than Wi-Fi. Lastly, it's worth thinking about those moments when even the very best internet companies have a downtime. Something could happen, the signal goes out, and you're lost, you're kicked out of class. What can you do to get back in quickly? Well, you could consider a plan B along the lines of maybe another line, but that's expensive. Something that's cheap and available to everyone is a mobile hotspot on your own phone, your own mobile phone. Let's take a look at an example of how we can set this up.
So go to the settings on your phone, choose personal hotspot, then turn on personal hotspot. It will then activate Wi-Fi. Once activated, go to Wi-Fi settings on your computer, activate that and look for the phone's name. You will then be able to connect to the phone and it's done.
Let's talk about headsets. There's loads of headsets out there, from the cheap to the ridiculously expensive. What do we require from you? Well, firstly, that your headset covers both ears. Also, we want it to have a microphone boom so that the mic is in front of your mouth. We recommend a USB connection, and a noise cancelling microphone is always an added bonus. If you don't have a USB connection headset, then feel free to use a 3.5mm traditional sort of analog jack if you have one of those headsets with that connection. Or otherwise, if you fancy using Bluetooth, that's okay. But just bear in mind, please have a backup plan for when those batteries run down and you're ready to switch and you can continue teaching. In terms of clothing, we do require a red polo t-shirt, so it has a collar, a couple of buttons. Ladies, you may wish to use a red collared blouse. That's absolutely fine. The one thing that's not fine is a red t-shirt. That is not acceptable. Lastly, there's one more thing to organize before you get started teaching, and that is to have the company logo on a backdrop. You could do just as we've done here, have it printed on a poster. You could organize that with an online company. There's lots of options for that. Alternatively, you could simply yourself print at home on some A4 paper or legal letter size paper the company logo, print off several sheets and stick them together on the back with some clear tape. How would that look? So by printing out several pages, it would look like this after you've stuck them together behind you on your wall. Now, where can you download the file to do this? Let's take a look.
So how can we download the backdrop image? Well, if we log into our consultant page, at the top there we have the 4 tasks that we're asked to do. We're going to go along to the third one, pass the IT test. At the moment it shows incomplete. If you click on that arrow and then scroll down, you will see download backdrop. We'll click on that green button. We're presented with 3 links. They take us to the backdrop image in 3 different resolution sizes. We can download the appropriate one accordingly as to whether we're printing at home off our home printer or whether we are ordering a poster. Now, what size poster or how many pages would we need to print? Well, if we come back to our home page and then we're going to go up to the training tab, then scroll down to Tutor Meet Plus Practice. Click there and we then enter continue practicing or start practicing from this button here. This opens up another window, in fact the classroom, and as you can see, here I am now in the classroom. My background clearly covers all of the area that is seen on camera. How could we double check the size of that? Well, if you just make a mark in the two top corners and a mark in the two bottom corners, then you would be able to measure the length and the height of the background that you would need. Add a little extra and then you make sure that you're covered. Job done. We've now covered everything that you need to organize before that first session. You're ready. Please go ahead and take the quiz just to double check you've remembered everything.